4 rope drops in 4 days. And I could say that this rope drop scene here at Hollywood Studios is at least as bonkers or possibly more than any of the others, including Magic Kingdom. Oh no, Magic Kingdom was pretty bonkers, but man, people are here today for a rope drop at Hollywood Studios. We were here a month ago and we rope dropped Tower of Terror and then Rockin Roller Coaster. We're gonna flip that because that's one of the observations that I made that morning was that I feel like you're better off. This is a more intense queue. The Rockin Roller Coaster queue is longer than the Tower of Terror queue, even at early entry. So we're gonna do, I was just eager. I wanted so bad to ride Tower of Terror. So anyway, we're gonna go Rockin Roller Coaster first. I hope I live. And then we're gonna jump over to Tower of Terror. So I believe it was that we got done with Tower at like 10 minutes to 9, and we were able to just get into the Rockin Roller Coaster queue before proper rope drop started, which works. That's fine. If you can get into the queue for both of those attractions by rope drop, then you're probably in good shape. But look at this queue right now compared to Tower of Terror. All the way down the street, and it might even be turning left into the entrance area of Rockin Roller Coaster. Meanwhile, Tower of Terror is just way up there in front of whatever that show building is that I keep forgetting. I think it's Beauty and the Beast. I think it is, yeah, Beauty and the Beast. So obviously this is a much more competitive queue. Rockin Roller Coaster is. From there, we're gonna try to, good luck to us, we're gonna try to hustle over to Toy Story Land. I know we're not gonna get, I mean, dude, Slinky Dog Dash is the most competitive attraction at Hollywood Studios, so we're probably gonna wind up waiting a while, but I want to at least experience that. I wanna know for sure what that experience is like, so we're gonna try to get over to Slinky Dog Dash not long after rope drop, after 9 a.m. I'm hoping we can get that done in 30, 40 minutes if we're lucky. Probably not though. And at 8:23, we are off. The Tower of Terror queue, by the way, has already gone in. They've already disseminated all those guests into the queue space. We're moving. I don't know if this is going, or if we're just filling in queue space up ahead. Look at that. They're either going already. They've already started, or they're sending test vehicles. Yeah, that door's not supposed to open twice in a row like that, I don't think. And that is 8:34 to the door. We've been going now for 11 minutes.
Do you have the menu book with you? I have a drummer in here who won't give me any more beats until he eats.
Get all the way through, everybody. Get all the way in, everybody. Keep on walking.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We're gonna skip the pre-show. I'm like, let's go. Come on. I get it. The limo's in the back of the studio. I get it. So that's 8:41 to our vehicle, 17 minutes all in. God, oh God. God, I hate this. Oh my God, I hate launches. Oh God. Ah! Oh God. Oh God. Okay. I feel you, McKenna. It's okay. Oh my God. Oh God. No. Yeah. Okay. That wasn't as bad as last time. I lived. Oh my God. I don't know if you heard. There's a girl screaming back there. McKenna, calm down. No. Fear is the appropriate response. So, comedy. It seems like it's 8:47 as we leave Rockin Roller Coaster now. And it basically, I don't think there's no difference. 8:47, that's about where we were. I want to say it was maybe 8:55? 8:55 when we left Tower of Terror last time. So, I mean, there might be some difference, but it's only a couple of minutes, if that. Oh my, and look at this. I can't tell which direction the queue is going. I was worried for a second there that this was this was my queue, but I forgot. Again, resort guests, we get a little shortcut. This is all standby. People are rope dropping Tower of Terror for the 9 a.m. rope drop. So I guess people do it. I felt like, there aren't that many guests who are getting here at 9 a.m. Most people that are getting to the park here are going to be resort guests, but there's a lot of standby out there, non-resort guests heading in. I will say this experiment, this test is not over yet, because one of the reasons why I thought it might be better to do Rockin Roller Coaster first is the queue that we got in wound up being, I mean, we were in that queue for 20 minutes at least. It seems like it was a while. Whereas we might be able to just breeze right through this Tower of Terror queue. We'll see. So far, so good. Right in to the Twilight Zone. In fact, that might have been quicker. Actually, that took a minute and a half. Let's go.
Hollywood, 1939. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age, the Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Now, something is about to happen that will change all that.
Thank you. Wow, you're kidding me. Oop, row 3. And that is 8:54 to our elevator. That took 7 minutes door to door from Rockin Roller Coaster.
Row 3, middle right.
To ascend into your very own episode of The Twilight Zone. That door is opening once again. This time, it's opening for you. In the Tower of Terror. A warm welcome back for those of you who made it, and a friendly word of warning. Something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I definitely spoke way too soon when I was leaving Rockin Roller Coaster thinking it wouldn't be any difference. That was a huge difference. Well, huge in terms of rope drop minutes. It's 9:01. We're done with Tower of Terror and Rockin Roller Coaster. We got both done in that 30 minutes of early entry, whereas in our last trip, we were just getting started more or less with the Rockin Roller Coaster at about maybe 8:50, 8:55. The difference is that while it took a while to get into Rockin Roller Coaster, the difference is the queue in Tower of Terror. It was a walk-on. We actually got through that queue quicker at 8:50 than we did at rope drop, at early entry rope drop. Plus, that's kind of a long show. It's, you know, the pre-show and it's the longest ride, so it takes a little while to get that thing going. But man, that was a breeze. So I want to say that was a 20-minute win, maybe. Yeah, maybe a 20-minute win there. And at rope drop, minutes count. We're gonna take the long trek now back to Toy Story Land. Not because I feel like it's the best option to get into right now, but just because I want to see what the Toy Story or what Slinky Dog Dash looks like at 9:05, 9:08, however long it is. You know, as a matter of fact, let's get a clock started. Let's see. I should have started this a few seconds ago. We'll add 30 seconds at least to whatever I wind up doing here, how long this takes. But minutes count, so just try to imagine, well, you know what, we'll talk about that when we get to Toy Story Land.
This here's Slinky Dog Dash is the high-flyingest, tunest toy in Andy's backyard.
Oh dear, so much for 30 or 40 minutes. We're looking at 60 minutes. Standby. 60 minutes is posted right now. Wow. It looks like it's going to be all of that. That is just guests everywhere. We'll get the clock started again on that. And speaking of clocks, it took us 5 minutes to walk from, well, no, 6. We'll call it 6 minutes to walk from Tower of Terror to the threshold of Slinky Dog Dash. Now I mentioned 20 minutes count and what that means. Right now, we're the back of the queue. I mean, I don't know how to benchmark this. Okay, there's this piece of red track right here, right? So that's the back of the queue right now. In 20 minutes, where will the back of the queue be? And that's the difference. That's how many extra guests you're gonna have to wait. However many guests there are from here and into this space, this is cube we just went through and down that way there, it's possible that by the time, you know, we get to our vehicle or in that 20-minute period, you know, the back of the queue will be way over here somewhere, and that's just count the shoulders. However many shoulders that is, that's how much longer you would have to wait if you got here 20 minutes later. Now, as I mentioned, this is not proper rope drop strategy. That's over now. I mean, the proper rope drop strategy for Slinky Dog Dash is to do it at 8:30, to be here, you know, the actual, make that your first attraction if that's your priority. We're doing this for science. We're doing this because I want to know. I want to get the data. I want to know what that information is and how long it really does take at 9:02 a.m. You know, while we're at it, I was just curious what attractions are early entry, and I'm looking at the list now for Hollywood Studios. Alien Swinging Saucers, of course. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, good. Smuggler's Run. Wow, they open up Galaxy's Edge also. Rockin Roller Coaster, which we did. Slinky Dog Dash, Star Tours. There you go. Rise of the Resistance, and then Twilight Zone and Toy Story. So pretty much everything we're doing. That's kind of surprising, given that, you know, at Disneyland, just Tomorrowland and Fantasyland are open, and I think it's the same at Magic Kingdom, if I recall. It was, because I haven't studied Fantasyland and Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom as well. Epcot, I think it's everything, but then again, they only have like 4 attractions worth doing at Rope Drop. Meanwhile, 9:14, and that's 4.5 minutes for us to get into this covered area where the fans are. It looks like it's on both sides of us, so I think we're going to go around this way and then back over there. So we'll cut that in half for benchmarks. 9:24, and that is just under 15 minutes, and it looks like we're about to go into that split, this section 2, I guess we'll call it. I feel like that's pretty good time. 15 minutes, if we do 15 minutes there again, and then there's a back stretch of the queue back there. I mean, we might come in under 60. I think I spoke too soon, or I may have jinxed it. We haven't moved in now 4 minutes, and I don't hear vehicles out there. I don't see vehicles, I don't hear vehicles. The music is still on. You can hear the music. When they turn that music off in this queue, then we'll probably have to bounce, but I think it's a breakdown. Like I just heard of it. It's been now 6 minutes since we've moved. There it goes. They're sitting in empty. Okay, they're cycling. So micro breakdown, they're cycling vehicles now, so hopefully we'll be moving again soon. 25 minutes, by the way. And let's check in on that benchmark we said earlier. There's the track right there, that piece of track that we're marking. That's where the back of the queue was when we got in. I see it's gone around that tree and out towards the threshold. So there, I don't know how many guests that is, maybe 50, 60, 70, and how long that will be. But what that is that it's not just the 20 minutes. You haven't saved just the 20 minutes, you know, it's flipping Rockin Roller Coaster and Tower Tour. You've also saved that time. So it's kind of exponential. It adds on. So that 20 minutes that you saved turned into maybe 30, probably, maybe more. Well, no doubt this has been a slog. We finished that section 2. We're about to finish section 2 here, getting into the rear section. It's now 49 minutes total. That, oh my God, look at that. It took us a half an hour to do that section 2 versus, what was it? No, yeah, it's half an hour. It was 60 minutes to get through section 1. We had just the one stoppage for 6 minutes, so things have definitely slowed down. 100%, it's that over there. It's the lightning lane that has interrupted things. They are dominating the mix right now. Meanwhile, standby has gone. Well, actually, it went from 60 when we got here down to 45, but that was before the breakdown. After the breakdown, it went back up to 60, then to 70. It is now at 80 minutes standby. So again, that kind of goes towards that 20-minute principle. When it's super busy and the queues start to get impacted, a minute can turn into 3 in terms of how long you wait. Every minute you get here, or the later you get here, could double your wait time from that point going forward. Oh God, we made it. Oh, look at that, there's not much back here. So that's 53 minutes-ish to the vehicle, 55 to the vehicle. I thought it would be way worse than that, considering how slow the second half of our wait. We were going briskly. We did that first section in 15 minutes. The second section took a half an hour and just maybe 5 or 7 minutes waiting to mix. We were right there at the mix point before, and now we're here at the vehicle. So it's fairly accurate. We're going to wind up being close to 60 minutes. Definitely within the plus minus on that for sure.
Here we go. Some of the folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do, just me and you, baby. Going dashing around the backyard with me. Now please stay seated.
Dude, Green Army Men, where are they going? They're going in the queue. They're gonna go perform in the queue. All right, that's a damn fine coaster, Slinky Dog Dash. Way to go, Toy Story. You guys, I like this land. I like it a lot, actually. I just wish there was more growth here. It's gonna take a while. It is hot and baked out here. It is very, very hot. And I don't know how, you guys survive here in Toy Story Land, my goodness. Where to? It's 10:12, so our rope drop morning is almost over. We got time to get into one more queue. Let's see, that says 20 minutes for alien swirling saucers. I mean, I do love Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, but one thing I noticed when we were here, a while back is that it's not the same. It's supposed to be the same. It looks like it should be the same, but it's different. And the queue's different. Oh, God, they got lightning lane. What you doing putting lightning lane on alien swirling saucers? What a terrible idea. I guess we're going to Galaxy's Edge. I've never been on any ride ever. Well, neither Smuggler's Run or Rise of Resistance at Galaxy's Edge here at Hollywood Studios. It's the same but different. It really is. It's the same but different. Seriously, it's the same but different. This feels a lot more wide open than our space does, but this is very familiar. All right, I have decided I do want to know what standby is like here at 10 a.m. for Rise of the Resistance. I don't know if they have the same kind of sections that we do. It is posted at 55 minutes, and we're just gonna go in there and find out. Let's do a little park sites, you guys. This is pretty. I like this. The configurations are definitely different. The sections, the benchmarks will be different. I have no idea what they're gonna be. It looks like we're already about to go into the cave. And I don't know if that's normal or not. I don't know what's ahead of us inside there, but they're not using any of this out here. This would be, another section normally, or we should say at Disneyland, Park Science, QMAT. It says one thing. How true is it? These are questions that I've been asking myself for 13 years since I've been, from the very first time I got into a queue as an adult. I'm like, is that real? Like, how accurate is that? Park Science, we find out. So that was just 1 minute and 11 seconds to get into the cave, or into the interior queue at 4 minutes. Fresh baked out there. How am I doing so far? How's this shaping up? Is 4 minutes good at this point? Interior queue here in Hollywood is the same as the interior queue at Disneyland in Anaheim. We're doing spectacularly. So that was about 10 minutes in that room right there. We're at 1360, 1360. Hilarious. 14 minutes now in this tiny little room. Into the Armory at 23 minutes. I still feel like we're on a good clip. If my instincts are correct, we have this room plus the flight prep room, and then I think one more small room, and then the Ray room. My instincts were correct. Flight prep. So flight prep around, turn back, and the next room there would be that little the sleeping quarters. Well, we're into that small room that I thought at 29 minutes, but it's not the sleeping quarters. It's just the rooms are tiny here and they're very different. But that does look like the beginning of the pre-show room. That's the beginning of the Ray room, if I'm not mistaken. So we're here in just under 30 minutes. Yeah, absolute win here. 30 minutes to get to the Ray room door, and I would say this rope drop has been very successful, very fruitful. You know what? Let's go see Ray. Let's go meet Poe, and then we'll talk about our results here at the end of the ride.
BB-8, is everyone assembled? Yes. Good.
Roger, this is Black Leader. I hear you're a fine-looking group of recruits.
There appear to be a number of small craft heading our way. Raise the shields.
It's a fight to make this a fair fight. Don't worry, I'll come back for you. Stay strong.
Resistance sympathizers. The ship is now under the command of the First Order. Gather your cargo and proceed directly down the hallway for processing and interrogation. Wow.
And that's 38 minutes to get to the final queue stretch. But if you've watched our recon videos from Disneyland regarding Rise of the Resistance, I feel like the clock stopped back there at the Ray room. That's where the show starts for me. All this takes out just a minute or two. As far as I'm concerned, we're in.
Enemies of the First Order. We will soon snuff out your meager resistance. You chose the wrong side, and now you will pay.
Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. Rope droid. You're lucky it didn't spot you.
There they are. Fire. No. I said down.
Estimate their conviction. Raise the shields.
Shields? I see no evidence.
Now!
Sound the alarm. All personnel to their stations.
Your efforts are wasted. You cannot escape me.
Lieutenant back here. Back? I should hope so. Great job, recruits. Thanks to your heroism, the location of the Resistance base is secure. Bravo!
11:17 and our rope drop morning is complete. Oh, we're gonna have a little victory lunch here at Docking Bay 7. I'm excited to see that the menu at Docking Bay 7 is completely different than in Anaheim at Disneyland. So we're gonna try out some new food here and then talk about what we've learned and some alternate strategies, some other methods that we can use at rope drop here at Hollywood Studios. Docking Bay 7, let's go. Docking Bay 7 in Hollywood, let's go. A completely different menu, as I mentioned, here at Hollywood Studios than we have in Anaheim. And I've opted for the Persianade hot chicken tip yip. Chicken. Crispy chicken glazed in a spicy chipotle sauce. It looks like orange chicken, but it's not, I guess. We'll find out. Served with white rice and a relish of sweet corn, shishito peppers, jicama, plantains, and cilantro. That's an interesting combination of elements in that relish. But I am mostly concerned with how this spicy chicken or spicy chipotle sauce tastes with this chicken. Cheers, fresh baked. That is actually quite nice. I really enjoyed all of those elements. The flavors are very good. Spicy, yes. Too spicy, not quite, but it's starting to catch up with me right now. But the flavors of that chipotle sauce are very good, very dominant. But I think the best part is just how crispy the texture is on the chicken bite. It's fried, but sometimes things can get a little too, I don't know, saturated, and it loses that crunch. But no, man, that's a good crunchy bite. We'll try some of that steamed rice. Some of that is getting mixed in, pardon me, with that chipotle sauce. There are parts of the rice that is not, but the rice is the rice. Now, this is going to be interesting. We're going to get into that relish. I don't know if I'm going to be able to identify all the flavors. Not to mention, the chicken is resting on that relish. So, the chipotle sauce is going to get all over that. So I'm not sure how much of that is going to dominate the flavors, and if I'm supposed to be able to identify everything else otherwise. Sweet corn, shishito peppers, jicama, and that's that big chunky thing on top is the jicama, which doesn't have a flavor really, as I recall. Plantains, or is that the plantain? Those are like bananas. It looks like mostly corn in there. Let's see. That was the jicama. That's okay, actually. There's a sweetness to the sauce on that. It's pretty good. The flavors are dominated. The flavors and the texture are dominated by the corn. The chipotle sauce is not really interacting with this. This is interesting. But a solid side to the chicken. Let's try another bite. That is pretty good. Now at $16.29 for this dish, that's a pretty good value. I use cheeseburgers as the baseline. Whatever the cost of a cheeseburger is, how does that relate with that? A cheeseburger is about $14 or $15 depending on where you get it. So we're a little bit more than that. But you're getting a healthy amount of protein here. The 2 chicken servings those are good sized pieces for a $16 meal. Plus you're getting the relish, plus you're getting the rice. So I have no complaints on portion size here. That's pretty good. And like I said, the taste is great. It's hot, but not too hot. The texture's great, the crunchiness, and obviously the flavors are very, very good here as well. I am loving this, as I often do when I go to Docking Bay 7. I like what I get, and this is awesome. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. Great job. Cheers. So things went really well there. We had a good morning. We got 4 major attractions and 4 e-tickets: Tower of Terror, Rockin Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog Dash, the most popular attraction in the park, and Rise of the Resistance. We got all that done in, under the 2-minute or 2-hour mark. We started at 8:30, and we were in that queue by, 10:15? We were into that queue. We got into the queue by 10:15. Is that right? That's outstanding, actually, if you ask me. And that's with an hour wait. An hour at Slinky Dog Dash. Now, alternate strategies. I've done 2 rope drops here, and I did both of them down there in Hollywood. But I feel like another alternate strategy, this is one I'm going to try probably on our next rope drop visit, is starting at Slinky Dog Dash, hitting that, and then Toy Story, because that's one of the major rides that we missed here. And I still haven't tried it yet, is Toy Story Midway Mania. So we would rope drop Slinky Dog, jump over to Toy Story, and then maybe to Rise. I feel like if you hit those 2 front, you're going to hit Rise at a pretty good spot at that point. If we can do Rise now at 10:30 in 30 minutes, then it can't be any worse than that. at what, 9:30? It can't be any worse than that. 9:45. So I feel like that's pretty good. And then from there, you're kind of then I don't know. See, that's the thing. What if you want to do Rockin Roller Coaster or Tower of Terror? I feel like Tower of Terror is still going to be pretty gettable at that point, but maybe not Rockin Roller Coaster. So you're still just going to get the 4 in, but you're going to get a different set. If your priority is Slinky Dog Dash, I've never rope dropped, so I'm going to assume though that it's beneficial to do Slinky Dog at 8:30 and rope drop that than it is however we did it. It can't be worse than an hour, or it's at least as good as doing Tower of Terror in 5 or 10 minutes and Rockin Roller Coaster in 20. Yeah, we did 20. It was like 25 and 5 practically, 20 or 20 and 10 maybe. I don't know. We'll try that one out next. Those are alternatives, but I feel like we did pretty good. And we learned a few things. And Hollywood Studios, this was actually the most fun I've had in Hollywood Studios probably ever. This little rope drop morning, we did great. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are learning a little something from a little park science here in Hollywood Studios with Fresh Baked. Thanks for watching, guys. We love you. I'm going to finish my lunch now and get back to work. I've got to go finish. I can't leave this place now. Ever since I discovered that Walt Disney show that they do over there, I forget what they call it, but I'm gonna go hit that one. It's not part of my rope drop strategy, but I don't think I can leave Hollywood ever without seeing that show again. That's where I'm going next. Thanks, guys. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.